Hello, it's Tyler, and this is my guide to the beauty of South Africa. So today we're going to talk about all the women that I grew up around that shaped who I am and my ideas of confidence and beauty. Mama. So the types of beauty rituals that I watched my mother do growing up. My mother, she's always been very simple, so she never had a lot of steps, but I do remember her hairstyle. Like, she always had a pixie, and whenever she would style her hair, she would like take a bar of soap and like rub it on her head and then slick it down. And I was always so fascinated that soap can do that. My mother always had to have black eyeliner and mascara, or else she will die, or a red lip or black lip liner. When I think of my mother, I think about oh so heavenly, like bath salts, bubble bath. My mother loves to bath. She does not care if we are late to go somewhere. She will run a bath and we have to wait for her. She really got me into like wellness and like, you know, taking time for yourself and all of that. So yeah, watching my mother while I grew up, I feel like I learned that there's a lot of like layers to beauty. Beauty is found in so many different ways. Like, it's in the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you treat people, the way you make people feel. That's really how she shaped my idea of beauty. Tato, that's my best friend, and she's also my creative, literal like partner in crime. A memory that comes to mind with Tato is Tato was always good at makeup. She was good at everything. So like sometimes I would ask her to do my makeup and we would do like photo shoots together. And then one day I tried to do my makeup and I was not that good. But this one time I made a cut crease and it was actually really good. And she didn't believe that I did it. Till this day, she doesn't believe I did it, but I did it. With Tato, yeah, like my self-esteem wasn't the best in primary school. So in high school, like getting to know her and just seeing how she was like so herself, she was so authentic. She did like pageants, so I would go watch her do like modeling competitions, and I just loved seeing her be confident and not be afraid to show that, you know. So that allowed me also to just find, you know, my version of that. I think what I really admire about her is that she's never afraid to try new things, and I think that's where she really helped me grow as like a creative and just as a girl, you know, like not being afraid to just try whatever and dress up, try different nails, makeup, and you know, just play with whatever and just have fun. When I think of South Africa, I think about a braai. Like I can just smell a braai, you know, like the meat, just the food. I think of like braai meat, I think of nature. In South Africa, I'm always outside on the grass, so I can smell like grass. Yeah. That's my sister. That's my older sister, Elena. Okay, so guys, Elena, she was always much older than us. So she was allowed to do things that I was not allowed to do. So best believe I was visiting her and getting things done. I would get my eyebrows done. I would get like anything and everything done. And I would hide it from my father. I would just hope that he doesn't notice that my eyebrows are snatched. Cause I couldn't even wear mascara. Like my father would like not allow it, but Elena got me. I think with my older sister, I shared a lot of like girlhood moments. You know, like she would do my nails because she knew how to do nails, lashes, like makeup. So yeah, like I think I really enjoyed that connection with like women and girls, knowing that like, you know, we can just speak, we can laugh while we're doing our nails, our makeup, our hair together. So yeah, my sister has always been a strong woman. Like my sister's so strong and she's so independent, and yeah, I loved seeing that growing up and realizing how there's so much strength in a woman. So yeah, on tour I have a whole routine. Like I have steps, I have a lot of things that I do, eye masks, face masks. But once I go home, like I just want to take everything off. Like I want to take my nails off. I don't want to have extra hair. I don't want to have nothing. I want to be barefoot, free. Like, I just want to have straight back braids and not worry about nothing. So I think when I go home, I'm way more stripped down than when I'm on the road. This is Lindsay and Jadine. These are like divas. Like, growing up with Lindsay and Jadine, like, was so entertaining. They're just divas. They're my cousins, they sisters, but they always felt like they were best friends, you know, so we always got into trouble with them. So Lindsay and Jadine, they shaped my idea of beauty and confidence by just made me wild. Honestly, they made me a wild child. I was doing anything and everything. Like, I was borrowing all their shoes because they had the craziest heels. They would come to like a family event with like bright pink eyeshadow, like stiletto heels, like little mini dresses, and they would always be dressed up in all the colors of the rainbow. And I feel like, yeah, that just made me love the way they like express themselves without any worry of like what anyone thought. Watching Lindsay and Jadine be so authentically themselves, regardless of who was around, regardless of like how informal or formal the event was, they would show up however they wanted to show up. And I really admired that about them. I thought they were the coolest girls ever. They were literally like 2016 baddies. And yeah, I just loved that they weren't afraid to stand out. Okay, so I always use Santel 26 Le Labo. Free promo, give me more. But literally candles, I will have one in the bathroom, one in the shower, one in my room, one on my head if I can. Honestly, like, I have to have candles everywhere. Shea butter, I love shea butter. I love like drenching my body in shea butter, putting on a big t-shirt and going to bed, because I feel like it always allows me to wake up soft and just like buttery. That's a nice question. When do I feel most beautiful? Most beautiful. That's actually a deep question. That's a deep question. How do you even answer that? Physically, I don't know, girl. When I feel most beautiful is when I like the way I look. I don't know. But holistically, I feel the most beautiful, honestly. I don't know why, but when I'm around my sisters, if that makes sense. Yeah. Thank you so much, ID. Make sure to go and check out the new ID Beauty Zine. Out now.